Well, hello guys, welcome back to Planting with Pete. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Pete. Now on today's video, you guys, I have part 2 of my adjective plants. Yes, there are 6 more plants that I am going to mention. Um, Trying to see where I should start at. This video should be a lot shorter because I'm doing inserts. I honestly didn't feel like taking all of that stuff out because the ones that I need are in the back. And yeah, so yeah, there's 2 here, and then the rest I'm going to do inserts for. But the first one I'm going to start with, you guys, is my longest plant. How about that? My longest plant, as you can see. All right, guys, this is my pothos. I have a Hawaiian pothos in here, or it's supposed to be a giant Hawaiian pothos. But anyway, guys, adjective on this plant, you should be able to tell. Excuse that tape. She was just falling, and it's supposed to be clear. Anyway, this is the longest plant I have in my collection, and you can see why she is the longest. As for a while, you guys probably seen this used to be my only half moon leaf I ever had in my collection until my pink princess. But she has been growing and trailing herself around the wall. At one point, as you can see, she was stuck to the wall, but the weight, knocked her down. But even with this little curve or dip in her, she's way longer than what she is. So as you can see, with long being the adjective here, this is the longest plant in my collection. And that's just, honestly based off how long she is. I don't have any plants this long. Usually I chop them up way before then, but she was doing fine when I stuck her there. And she sits in the corner, so she's doing okay. Yeah, giant Hawaiian pothos, longest plant on the list. Just awesome. I just love this leaf here. I wish it was that size. Those leaves are huge, guys. Now, next plant that I have on the list, you guys, let's go ahead and do my sexiest plant. Now, this plant here, you probably know by now, out of 2, which one, but sexiest. Yeah, this goes to my philodendron pink princess. Now, as you can see just by the pink of this plant, I mean, this plant is such a freaking turn on. I love this plant to death. You can see why it could be the sexiest plant in my collection, or almost any collection, just by the pop of color that comes in. Wait, just guys, I honestly just love waiting to see what's coming next. Like now, this new leaf is fixing to come out. It's starting to, looks like, yeah, open and split down the middle. I doubt that this one will have any pink on it. It don't look like it. It might be that little, maybe this color or that creamish pink, maybe that color. But yeah, guys, this here, of course, as you can see, will be considered my sexiest plant. Philodendron pink princess. I mean, look at her. She is just a sight, right? Yeah. All right. Now, the next plant I'm going to add on this list, it is a insert. Now, this plant, what can I say without giving away the adjective here? This plant here, it does a lot. Okay, how about that? Just with that saying, you should know that the next adjective plant is All right, guys, here is the next plant on the list. Adjective for this little guy here is difficultest. Let me tell you, I cannot seem to get a hold on growing this thing at all. All of that down there that you're seeing now, guys, is just bare. Bare, bare, bare. It used to be leaves on it. Yeah. But for some reason, she is not growing right for me. I don't know why. Um, Light, water, humidity is right. At least I'm thinking it's right. But again, she's one of your basic green plants. So why is it so hard to grow a green plant? I don't know, guys. But she is the most difficultest plant ever that I've had in my collection, with it just being a basic green plant. Other than, the awesome underside, which I love. So yeah, guys, the adjective again for this plant is difficultest. Oh, I don't know. I might end up just taking her out and propping her in some water and see can I just grow in water for a long time. Stronger roots is what I'm aiming for. But yeah, guys, my difficultest plant in my collection is this philodendron subhistatum. Now, guys, honestly, as you can see, adjectives are just flying out left and right. And while I was doing this, well, doing both parts of this video now, I'm still just sitting here thinking about different adjectives that can describe most to all of my plants. And it's kind of funny, but I didn't want to put any more on the list. So like I said, I stopped at 12. So that's why it's 6 on the first one and now 6 on this one. But the next plant on the list, you guys, let's see, can I figure out without explaining, you know, telling you guys without, telling you, the next one on the list, it would be. All right, guys, what I have right here is my philodendron golden goddess. Adjective for her, guys, she is the tallest. Now, as you should know by now, all of my plants are up on some type of pole growing upward. And since we are going upward, she is technically the tallest out of everyone that I have, including my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. Now, oh, excuse me. Now, again, this one was grown from cuttings. Don't know if I do know I had to take some of the original leaves from the cuttings off before it got in this tent to make space. But she has just been growing just fine, as you can see. Here's the newest growth coming in. Not sure why this is curled. I know it's not water. I'm thinking this is grow light right there. So, yes, guys, she is the tallest. I do love this plant to death just because of the coloring that she's giving, which is that lime green, kind of yellowish, and then it does kind of harden off with little streaks of green in them. Kind of reminds you of your Thai sunrise philodendron, except the Thai sunrise has the green variegation in it. But as I said, guys, she is the tallest plant that I do currently have in my collection. Again, there is one more plant that would have made it, but I wanted to share the wealth, so that is why she got the tallest out of the bunch. Philodendron Golden Goddess. All right, guys, the next plant on the list we have here, let's say this plant has been around for a very long time. Now, with that being said, you should definitely know the adjective here. Now, this one is my oldest plant in my collection. Now, out of all the plants that I've had throughout the years, this is the only one that actually made it. And this one was kind of by accident, quote unquote. She doesn't look every bit of 4 to 5 years old, guys, but she is old. I did have some problems with her. I think I explained once before. Check out my Calathea video, you guys. Pause this one, roll over and check it out. But long story short, um, I didn't have the right conditions when I was ordering these plants. It was just more minimum conditions just to have them alive. Some of them were thriving. I can give them that, but it took me a while to figure out fertilizer, watering, humidity, sunlight, combine all those together. This is what's left. So yeah, this is an OG, you guys. Like I said, she's about 4 to 5 years old. You guys probably seen me propagate these. I think I may have done a video on it, not sure, but she is currently housed inside of a substrate, which is my substrate, which is the aeroid mix. Very airy, and she is loving this mix. It's been a while since she has actually been to sleep. She's drowsy right now because of my grow light and the top light. So this grow light is strong enough so that she thinks the sun is out. So yeah, she's been doing good in here, spreading, growing just fine. But this is my OG plant, guys. This is the Never Never plant. Luke, it starts with the L, Lucanova, lupus. Yeah, that one. But yeah, OG plant, 4 to 5 years old, give or take. I love her to death. All right, guys. Next plant on this list. Let's see, how can I describe it without actually giving it away? This plant here is this plant is an insert. So let's just say that this plant here, there's a lot of this plant. Yeah, let's just say there's a lot of this plant. The next plant on the list, you guys, is my. All right, guys. The next plant on the list, adjective list, it is the Lushest. The Lushest plant that is in my collection, you guys, is this mixed pot here of Scindapsus, Silvery and Scindapsus arguraris. I think that's how you pronounce it. Kind of having a brain fart right here. But yeah, she is the Lushest plant that I do have in my collection. She is full all the way through. As you can see, very easy to grow plant here. I do see some yellowing there, probably, I'm pretty sure, because of the light. But yeah, she is the Lushest plant in the collection. Full wise, I could have again done or used another plant, but I wanted, again, like I said before, to share the wealth here. But yeah, guys, out of all, like I said, the plants that I do have, since she is combined, she is much fuller than the rest. Let me get these leaves here off. Looks like silver and yep, leaves, because it is attached to that pole there. Oh, there we go. But that is the Lushest plant that I have in the collection. All right, guys. All right, guys. So last but not least on this list, it's gonna be another insert just because of how big she is. So with that being said, you should definitely know the biggest plant that I have in my collection, which is a philodendron. Was a philodendron to me, still is a philodendron. It is my. All right, guys. So as you can see, this is the next plant on the list, which is my philodendron split leaf. Now, as you can see, she is the biggest plant in my collection. Check out those lobes. This is just nice. These are some big mature leaves. Now, again, this plant here could have covered 3 or 4 more adjectives, but I decided to do largest, which is her. As you can see, she's doing good. We're just sitting here waiting for the season to change, which is the growth season, so she can kick up and put out some bigger, more mature leaves like this here. And I think, yep, this is the most maturest leaf that is the biggest leaf. Just check that out. I can't wait till they get bigger because these fenestrations go all the way down into the stem there. Philodendron, split leaf. See, that is the second and final part of my adjective plants in my collection series. You already know that you can describe your plants in almost any word, whether it's ugly, shiny, dirty, funny looking, anything, wettest, so brightest, anything you can think of, you guys. As you can see, the words are just flowing and flowing, but I didn't want to have this extra long, so as I explained before, I just stopped when I could stop. But yeah, guys, that is the end of this series. Please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, comment down below. It's good just to hear from you. Also, let me know if you have any plants in your collections that you can describe in bigger words. So if you can do that, just let me know the plant and then also the word that you're using to describe that plant. And also, hit that notification bell, guys. That bell will let you know exactly what is going on over here on Planting with Pete. Again, whether it's a plant haul, shopping tour, plant tour, repot with me, doesn't matter. Anything plant related, you guys, definitely will be here over on this here channel. And I think that is it for this here video. Yep, I only had to do 6 for this. Yep, see you guys tomorrow with another video. Bye.